Hey Mixers, welcome back to another WNBA player props video. I'm filming this right after the Friday games have ended, and we are giving away some cash today, so that's kind of exciting. I do only have one best bet for you in tomorrow's one game slate, so I'll tell you what my plans are for that, but let's jump into the review of these Friday picks and give away that cash. All right, so only one person in the entire group of commenters got the only two best bets that hit, and that is our winner from the previous day. So Rashad Thomas, 6528, you are lucky as hell. And so you won the cash prize giveaway in back-to-back days. That has never been done yet on this channel until now. He commented, hashtag in the mix, I'm digging Alicia Gray over 4.5 rebounds and Tiffany Hayes over 24.5 fantasy score. Those both barely cleared. Alicia Gray had 5 rebounds and Tiffany Hayes had 25 fantasy score. So since I've already paid you before, I already have your information, so I will just send that along. And then let's jump into the recap here. So Tiffany Hayes over 24.5 fantasy score. She had 25. She definitely made me sweat it. I told you it was going to be a sweat in the video. I said, if you want to sweat this out with me, feel free. And then Alicia Gray over 4.5 rebounds. I told you that this was 5.5 everywhere else. I was finding it at 4.5 on Boom Fantasy. Guys, I'm not sponsored. I'm not sponsored by any of these apps. I have all of these apps and I use all of them. But Boom Fantasy puts their lines up super early and they don't bump them as often as the other apps do. So lately, I've been really liking them a lot, but I do bet on all of these different apps. And anyway, she did have 5, so she barely got over that line for us. And then Paige Becker's hooked. She had 5.5 assists. But I did also bet on Paige's points on the sleeper promo that they had available at 16.5. So that was able to hit for me. And then I also bet on Paige's RA, which I called out in the pinned comment as like an added lean kind of, because I found it at 8.5. It was 9.5 everywhere else, and she did hit that with 9. So I'll show you how I bet those in a minute. Gabby Williams over 18.5 PRA. She only had 15. I also bet on her points over 9.5, which did hit. And then Jackie Young under 25.5 PRA. She had 29, so she killed us there. And then bonus bets both hit. Brianna Jones over 6.5 rebounds. I told you that it was absurd that we were getting this at 6.5 when she's playing at home. She had 10, so she crushed this, and we got plus money for it. And then Luisa Gieselsuter over 7.5 points. We also got plus money for this. She ended up having 9. So barely got there, but she did get there for us. So that brings our total WNBA run up to 101, 72, and 2, which is 58.38%. And I wanted to just show you really quick my bet slips. So I had 3 bet slips in the WNBA yesterday. And then I actually had 4. So I didn't put the other one on here. It was a sleeper entry with the Paige over 16.5 point promo. And then 2 picks. I had one on Natasha Howard and I had one on Lee Rue. Both of those missed, so that slip did not cash. This 4-man slip was 4 of our best bets. And we just kind of got lucky here because 3 of the best bets that didn't hit were all together on this slip. And then this other slip over here, I took the other best bet and paired it with Gabby Williams over 9.5 points, because the reason her PRA was too low is because her points line was too low. The rebounds and assists were fine, but her points line was too low. So I took that line separately. And then this 3-man here, Giesel Soder, our plus bet money bet, plus Brianna Jones, the other plus money bet, with Paige over her 8.5 rebounds and assists, which was the lean that I called out for you. So when I'm betting on these guys, especially when I'm betting like a PRA, I'm usually also betting on one of their other stat lines, whichever one I like the best. So it might not always be points. It might be like rebounds. It might be assists. Just whichever one I like the best, I'm usually also betting on that in a side bet. So I did come out ahead on this day. And let's get into tomorrow. I just have this one best bet for you. DiJonai Carrington over 10.5 points. They're still giving it to us way too low. I've seen it at 11 on Prize Picks and 11.5 on some other books. So wherever you can get it, Boom Fantasy has it at 10.5. Prize Picks has it at 11. And then it's 11.5 everywhere else that I saw. She is over in 7 of 8 games without Paige or Nafisa Collier on the court, which is 88%. So that's this first chart here. Like when she was on the wings and Paige was not on the court, she was going over this line every single time except against the Lynx. And then when she was on the Lynx, since Nafisa Collier's been gone, she's hit 3 in a row. So this line's too low for her. She's going to get 12 points, or thereabouts. It'll probably be around 12, I think. But that's over 10.5, so we will take that. And then the next one here is just a lean that you compare that with, and that is Sabrina Ionescu over 3.5 assists. So this is an altered line. Her line is 4.5 assists, and I think that one's probably okay. But she hasn't been assisting as well since Breanna Stewart left and Emma Mieseman has come in and started facilitating quite a lot. Plus, the Minnesota Lynx are playing at home, which is where they really limit a lot of points. So she's over in 90% of games, including 2 head-to-heads with the Lynx, where she had 5 and 4. And she's just hit this line a crazy amount of time throughout the entire season. So I'm altering this on Prize Picks, or I think you can do it also on Better, and pairing it with the DiJonai Carrington prop. Now, if Nafisa Collier ends up playing, obviously the DiJonai Carrington prop is not going to be as good. So if you want to wait to do that, you can. You can wait to put it in. I don't think the line will move too much. I think it'll stay between 10.5 and 11.5. And I still think it's fine at 11.5, but I would not take it at 12.5 or anything above that. So just a quick review. DiJonai Carrington over 10.5 points, and then Sabrina Ionescu as an alt line over 3.5 assists. That's all I have for tomorrow on the one-day slate. If there's anything else that you're seeing that I'm not seeing, please let me know in the comments, and I will take a look at it, because I would love to jump on board with some more bets if you're seeing an edge that I'm not, and maybe I can research it a little bit more. And then we have a big slate after that on Sunday, and so we'll just get right back to it. Thanks, guys.